Stampin' Friends, it's Marilyn Wagner with Stamping with Your Creations with Marilyn, here to share a Christmas card with you that I have made using the Lovely as a Tree, one of my favorite stamp sets, and the Star of Light stamp set that has been in the catalog for a couple years as well. Lovely as a Tree, as you can see, it's been around a long time. It has one of my remade stamp sets that I put into one of these new boxes when they came out, because I've had mine probably for about 10 years. Still like it for a variety of cards, not just Christmas, but birthdays, sympathy, thank you, anything you can think of. And Star of Light is a Christmas stamp set that is again in the catalog, and it does have framelits to go with it. So again, really nice words on it, and lots of possibilities with embossing, heat embossing, silver, white. I'm using white today. And the framelits if you do want to cut out the stars on those. So this is the card that I would like to share with you. I have done cherry cobbler on white on black. I once was told that the black, if you can't figure out what color to put with it, black will always make it stand out well, and I think it certainly did its job in this case. On the inside, I have put a white layer and just stamped Merry Christmas across it. So I will be doing that as well. So to start out, I like to use, when I'm doing heat embossing, use the Embossing Buddy, which is just a powder that goes on to help your embossing powder stay where it should, exactly where you've put the ink. And in order to make this one, I wanted to have, this verse is quite hard, I find, to line up unless you work with it. So I have placed it on my Stamparatus along with the stars, and I'm going to stamp them first, and then I will stamp the tree afterwards. So I'll take this one that I used the Embossing Buddy on. I have drawn on my grid paper the 3 different sizes most commonly used for the cards, the 3 layers. Your 5.5 by 4 1/4 is my black in this case, 5 1/4 by 4 is the white, and the 5 by 3 3/4 is my cherry cobbler layer. So I'm just going to line it up there. I'm going to use my Versamark, whoa, just about dumped that over, on my stamps that I have set up here, and hopefully you can see that that has worked there. And because Versamark does stay wet for a little bit longer than the other inks, I can go ahead now and stamp my trees across the bottom. And that stamp is longer than my cardstock, so therefore it will go over the edges. Don't know if that worked well enough or not, but we'll put the powder on and see what we've got. If not, I've always got a second side of paper that I could work with. I'm thinking that maybe it wasn't quite enough ink on the trees. Oh, better than I thought. If you end up with some of the powder where you don't want it, as I did in this case, a little paintbrush always helps out, and I will put the lid back on the embossing powder, and then I'm going to get the heat gun, heat tool I guess it's called, and emboss that and show you how it makes the white just pop. there we have our greeting piece to put on the card. So that, as I said before, that will end up going on top of my white, on top of here, and I do believe that I used dimensionals on the red cherry cobbler layer just to give it a little bit of dimension. And over on the inside layer, I will use my cherry cobbler ink, and because it's a photopolymer stamp, I can see through, so hopefully my Merry Christmas on there. For this particular sample, again, I did an envelope with the same writing on it, so that my card, when it heads off, it's going to have the two pieces. I really, really enjoy using the Stamparatus when I have a number of cards like this to do. And as you can see, it did end up with getting everything lined up just right. And away we go. Another card done, and won't take too much longer to get it all ready for in the mail. Hopefully you are well on your way to making your cards, and if you have any questions, be sure and let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you again soon.